El programa con las buenas entrevistas a tus luchadores favoritos. Con la voz de la experiencia, Superboy. Y las vaciladas del Bandido. Ya comienza el programa Hablando de Lucha. Hablando de Lucha.
Y estamos de regreso ya aquí en Hablando de Lucha, pero tenemos un super invitado. Primero, ¿dónde está mi compa, el super sexy?
Así es, mi querido Bandido. Saludos, saludotes. Aquí Hablando de Lucha nuevamente. Estamos de regreso con un invitado especial, simplemente Latino Meat, nomás para que se la vayan pensando, mi querido Bandido. ¿Cómo es?
Nomás quiero aclarar una cosa, Superboy, que yo sé que se van a quedar sorprendidos porque casi parecemos gemelos los tres, la neta, Superboy. Ahorita
parecemos tres gotas de aguas idénticas, cabrón.
So, por favor, no se emocionen, amigos. Este es un gran luchador. Manténganse controlados, especialmente las damas. Pero si más ni menos, nuestro compa Checa, el Latino.
¿Cómo están? ¿Cómo están?
Hey, what's up, brother? ¿Cómo estamos? Un saludote, mi querido Che Cabrera, Latino Meat.
That's right. ¿Dónde está mi...?
Yeah.
¿Cuál soy yo?
Ay, güey, estoy viendo triple.
No tienen que mover su monitor ni nada. No somos triplets, pero casi nos parecemos igual. El mismo esfuerzo hacemos los tres en el gimnasio, el chesquito atrás de nosotros. Ahí vamos.
Ahora sí, como dicen en inglés, please do not adjust your TV stand.
Oye, Che. Che, bien rapidito, Che. Platícalo un poquito de ti. About Che Cabrera.
¿Qué hubo? Estoy escuchando algo que está pasando en el background.
Okay. Now, Che, so tell us a little about Che Cabrera. When did you get started in this business?
I started training, comencé entrenando en 2011, en el junio de 2011, ya casi 11 años, pues ya todo paró cuando el pinche pandemic pasó y todo, that whole year I took off pretty much, y después regresé el 2021, exactly cuando cumplí 10 años de mi primer lucha.
Wow, muy interesante porque yo te vi por primera vez, te miré en AWS.
Sí, con el bar.
Y era un Che Cabrera muy diferente, más delgado, muy buen luchador, me dejaste súper impresionado. En todos los eventos de AWS, era como que cada evento mejoraban, eran más interesantes y cada evento alzaban más la barra iba para arriba y la verdad, muy impresionado con Che Cabrera, la verdad, fue progresando tanto en su físico como en su lucha, una combinación de lucha libre, lucha americana y la verdad con lo mejor de lo mejor. Lo vi enfrentándose a los LA Fokker, lo vi enfrentándose a Pipi Ray, lo vi enfrentándose a cantidad de luchadores y eran unos luchonones que la verdad no lo creía porque nosotros venimos de las luchas de mexicanas, lucha libre, la verdad, y para yo ir a AWS y ver un evento, AWS siempre se formó de esa manera, donde las luchas son mejores y mejores cada vez. Yo siendo uno de los pioneros de AWS, estuve también ahí y la verdad, mucho gusto de ver a Che Cabrera cómo fue evolucionando su estilo de lucha, tanto su estilo de lucha como su físico, porque un físico muy impresionante, la verdad, y bien trabajado. Se ve que le mete horas al gimnasio, no nomás fisiculturismo, sino lo que es nuestro craft, lo que es la lucha libre, lo que es wrestling. La verdad, felicidades, mi querido Latino Meat.
Gracias, gracias. I mean, el training, you know how it is, Superboy, you know, si una persona quiere, you know, get better each time, you know, mejorarse cada vez, entrenar, entrenar, entrenar. So, por eso siempre entrenaba con el Joey Chaos o con los luchas también, porque en Los Ángeles hay mucha lucha libre o American lucha o whatever. You know, so si me meten allí con alguien que solo habla español y solo haga lucha libre, pues yo, you know, I'm confident, you know, que podemos sacar una buena lucha, pues.
Fíjate que ahorita me contestaste una de mis preguntas. Te iba a preguntar quién habían sido tus maestros. Acabas de decir Joey Chaos, Santino Brothers. La verdad que han llevado una escuela de wrestling, no nomás de wrestling, también de lucha libre, porque ahí tienen a dos integrantes muy importantes dentro de Santino Brothers, lo que son los luchas, porque yo me he encontrado con muchos americanos que entienden muy bien lo que es lucha libre y les pregunto, ¿cómo aprendiste lucha? Y siempre la mayoría de ellos me dicen, no, los luchas. Y la verdad, para mí es un orgullo que los luchas hayan puesto su granito de arena y haberles inculcado la lucha, porque también ellos vienen de acá, de los gimnasios de acá de Gil's Garage. Ellos empezaron ahí y fueron también escalando esa escalera hasta llegar a Santino Brothers, donde encontraron su segunda casa, la verdad, podemos decirlo. Y tanto mujeres como hombres ya de nombre he escuchado de que, oyes, ¿con quién entrenaste lucha? Los luchas. Y la verdad, felicidades por eso, porque se ve la diferencia. Yo te voy a decir que se ve la diferencia porque yo te he visto luchar con los LA Fuckers y embonar como que estuvieras luchando, ya sea con Pipi Ray o con todos los luchadores de AWS o de otras empresas, y donde quiera que vas, todo el tiempo encuentras tu lugar. La última vez que te vi fue ya en Luchas y Tacos, y la verdad, las damitas se morían por ustedes, y la verdad, a mí me gusta el estilo de ustedes porque es un estilo efectivo, duro, recio. Ese strong style que ustedes tienen me encanta, la verdad.
Gracias, gracias. Sí, con los LA Fuckers, I mean, they're my favorite, you know. I'm just glad que con ellos y ellos son nice conmigo, porque if I'm on their bad, thank God I'm not on their bad side, you know. So, thank you.
Awesome.
Oye, Che, ¿y qué te dio para iniciar en el mundo de la lucha?
¿Cómo? ¿Qué me interesaba?
What got you interested in wrestling? How'd you start? Like, where'd you train? How you take that first step?
Fui a un gimnasio aquí en el Valle, porque yo vivo en el Valle, y miré una persona que tenía camisas de WWE, de lucha libre, whatever, y después, you know, hablamos, we became friends y todo así, y después él estaba entrenando o iba a comenzar a entrenar en un lugar aquí en Sherman Oaks con Rick Drazen. Y yo nunca sabía quién era Rick Drazen, so no me interesó to train there, you know. You know, quería saber más de las personas, pues. So cuando él tenía su first lucha, luchó contra el Chaos. Me invitó, pero yo no fui. Y después la segunda lucha iba a ser contra el Chaos otra vez. Y después miré en el Facebook fotos quién era este Joey Chaos, porque yo solo conocía un Chaos de años pasados de XPW, porque siempre cuando en las noches el sábado, un loco LA channel siempre miraba XPW y el Chaos era mi favorito. So cuando miré las fotos que era ese mismo Chaos, fui a ese show en Newhall y gané un flyer y ya ese año iban a hacer un nuevo beginners class in June 2011. So, you know, era now or never. So siempre, you know, crecí mirando lucha libre y siempre no era fácil como el internet como ahora, you know, como, oh, wrestling school y un chingo de pinche escuelas ya salen, you know. Antes, años pasados, like, what the fuck, you know, ¿qué hago? You know, porque siempre Santino estaban allí handing out flyers después de los WWE events y siempre sabían quién eran, you know, pero estos eran cuando estaban en Norwalk. Yo nunca sabía dónde estaba Norwalk, pero yo sabía dónde estaba Bell Gardens ya años después. So, cuando eso pasó, fui a Bell Gardens, paid my money y después comencé entrenando. Y ya, I never stopped.
Wow, very interesting.
Y has tenido, ¿cuál ha sido la lucha que más satisfacción te ha dado? Which match have you had that's give you the most satisfaction?
Of mine?
Yeah.
Oof, that's so hard, man. You know, I love when I wrestle Chaos, I just feel like because like he helped train me and like it was always me and him training, you know, just every time we would have, because I just got to wrestle him a couple of months ago and I was so happy with that match just because it was his first match in like a couple of years, you know, and it was my first match with him in so many years. But when you have that chemistry with someone, you know, it's like riding a bike. You just click, click, you know, whatever, and it just goes on the best. Any match with him was my favorite. When I got to wrestle Brian Kendrick 2 years ago, you know, when he was out here doing his thing, he's so good, you know, and it made me like step my game up. I felt good with that. Any tag match recently this year, you know, with me and Tito against, against Doomfly, you know, I can't think of any others right now, but my most recent matches at New Japan Strong, you know, I felt very good, you know, so like everything's going good right now.
Wow, that's really, really good. And what do you see for the future? Like, who do you want to work in the future? What's your goals right now?
My goals right now is because I'm doing this whole New Japan Strong thing. I want to go to Japan. You know, I want to go to Japan. I know Superboy's done that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
you know, I seen those highlights, backflips, landing on his feet like nothing. You know, I'm sure he could still do it. You know.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, it's something you got to really work hard at. But once you're in, you're in. Once you're in, you know, you're in it for good. And you know, I'm pretty sure you will make it. You know, you have that look. You know, and not only that, but you could back it up. You know,
yeah.
And I've seen your style. You have that strong style, which you know, which Japanese love doing, the strong style. And you know, I see you in the future in New Japan, to be honest. And you know, the best of luck for you. And I know you can make it, bro, without a shadow of a doubt.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So someone like Latino me, what advice could you give them to be in Japan? Because like everyone knows, Superboy was one of the first local LA guys to ever go to Japan. So you know, back then to right now, someone like with this guy's look, this guy's style, and everything, what would be the best advice you could give him, Superboy?
Well, you know, you just mentioned it. You know, even when you started, it wasn't that easy. You know, we didn't have this access to the internet. You know, we didn't have any Facebook. Everything was like you said, like flyers or knowing somebody or just getting somebody's phone number. Mm-hmm. My advice to you is just keep doing what you're doing. Like I said, you know, you have the physique, you have the style, you have the, you know, you have your wrestling that could back it up. So, you know, all it takes is for somebody to see you. You know, somebody to see you and say, you know, this is what we're looking for. And, you know, sometimes you gotta reach out to them, or you got to, hey, knock on doors. That's
Yeah,
the way I did it, knocking on doors and just keeping them open. And once they see your capacity and your talent, dude, those doors are going to stay open, and I'm pretty sure that you will meet that goal and you will be there. But again, my advice to you is don't stop knocking on doors, man, because that's the way you get into places. And just don't be shy. Don't be shy, brother.
okay, thank you.
You know what? I'm pretty sure, like, me, if not this year, but following year, he will be in Japan, and we'll see him in Japan and Mexico for sure. But once he's over there, Superboy, what advice do you give him when he's over there? Because it's a culture shock. Like you told me, like when you went over there, just going to the bathroom was different.
Oh yeah, that's just culture wise. Japanese, they're really jealous. You might talk to them, BS with them. You know how we are. But once it comes to the women, dude, don't even mess around. Right? Don't let them see you. Another thing is that they have like really strong customs, and don't go and try and change anything. Because they're customs that they have for thousands of years, hundreds of years, and don't go try and change anything. Just follow the lead. And one more thing, I had a good advice one time. They say, you know what? Every now and then you got to break some dishes so they know that you're there. So aside from, you just don't want to be part of the crowd. You want to stand out. You want to be you, and do your own. Do what you think it's right for you, and you got to look out for number one, and that's you. Because lots of times, you try to do the right thing, but and you'll just be left in the bunch. So yeah, stand out and don't stand behind anybody. You gotta always be in the front.
Nice.
Words of the wise, Superboy. And
Yes.
a lot of that stuff helps out because when you have the opportunity, a lot of guys blow it. They go and they do something really silly or stupid, and they blow it. And I think you're the one guy that deserves that opportunity because you've worked hard on your training, your physique, and I want you to have the best advice from the guy that really knows it. And that's Superboy. And,
Of course, yeah, I love Superboy.
Stay away from the women.
No, it's real easy because I seen a lot of guys come and go, and I know guys that committed some stupid little mistakes and never went back. And I remember I was always trying to help out, fellow Mexicans or fellow Americans, and I used to tell them, you know what, it's real easy here. This is a great company. Just follow the rules. There's simple rules. Don't be late. Where every arena you step in, the way you come in, that's the way it has to be when you go out. It has to be clean because these guys are really meticulous, man. All the little trash, all the little bottle caps, they put it in one bag, the bottles in another, like regular trash in another. So, just like I said, just follow the rules, man, and you'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's sometimes the little things are the ones that screw you up,
Of course.
And just take a real attention to detail. I remember the first day I was there, I was just trying to, absorb everything and say, you know what, I got to do things correctly. Because sometimes even if you're a great wrestler, but if you don't have the right attitude, believe me, you won't go back.
Of course.
So just do what you have in your heart and just follow rules, bro. That's that it might not sound like a good advice, but believe me, it will be.
Well, if you see all that stuff going on at the World Cup, how the Japanese are leaving their locker rooms after all picked up, all clean. Yeah. Even their fans in the crowd are cleaning.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Yeah, when I saw it the first time, we went to the venue, and after the show was over, all the people had their little bags and they were picking up their trash, putting it in the bags to throw out on on the way out. As you come in, they all took off their shoes. Every venue had like a rack full of sandals where you'll take off your shoes and you wear the sandals. And then it was I I couldn't believe it that they were sitting on the floor. They were sitting on the floor. They would cross their feet. They would have the little bag with food and stuff like that. But it was just amazing how, clean they were as soon as, they left. They picked up everything. And another thing is that if you left something behind, you would go back and you would find it, untouched. I remember forgetting my passport and my wallet at the airport. I went back and it was still there. It was still there, and I couldn't believe it. Everything was right there, and people are just so honest. And it's amazing. And like you said, the World Cup, it's exactly the same way in Japan. It's really cool.
And here locally, Shay, who on stateside, who would you like to face? Like, is there anyone that you would like to have a match with?
Oh man, there's so many people out here. You know what I mean? Out in SoCal, I've pretty much wrestled who's who. You know what I mean? But just like the bigger names, like December 18th, right? I'm gonna be in that tag match against Hammerstone. I haven't wrestled Hammerstone in years. Like when we were both still like kind of coming up. And like how he's progressed. How he's doing the whole MLW thing and like how you bring him out, and stuff. You know what? TJ Perkins, I've never got to get in there with him. I think there's a better opportunity now that he does the New Japan as well, and stuff like that.
You have a better opportunity. He's also an NTL guy.
That's right. That's right. You're bringing all the ones I want to wrestle already.
Another guy that he holds us in high regard, and we appreciate him a lot, TJ Perkins. But you mentioned something very important, December 18th, the toy drive, where I had to. Shaq got offered to help us out for a Chris Nasty show, and he had an extraordinary match with Vito. I was like, two big guys, Superboy, and dude, they look like cruiserweights in there. I was like, fuck. And I like them as rivals. They work so good together that I asked them to help us out for the December 18th show. It will be Superboy. It will be Superboy. It will be Vito, Che Cabrera, and I believe Tyree versus Super Astro Jr., Kiss Jr., and Hammerstone. So it's
going to be now it's a six-man.
It'll be a big six-man because we had Super Astro throw his name in there. He wants to be part of this match. He wants to be part of the show. So it's going to be a big traditional relevos australianos, but I think this will be all 6 men in that ring at the same time. It's going to be out of control. And like I said, man, I appreciate because he went out his way, helped us with Chris Nasty, and I asked him about this show, and he was like, "Put me in," and there he is, man, right there.
Right there.
So, I just hope the ring don't break.
And it's going to be very interesting. Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one thing. A little history. Back in TJ, there were 3 big names always when I was wrestling that I always were sounding, and it was Rey Mysterio, Kiss Senior, and Super Astro Senior. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be really great to see the juniors, second generation, against, pairing up with Hammerstone. Yeah. That, you already know Hammerstone. You confronted Hammerstone. So it's going to be a really, really good, interesting match because Kiss Jr. is a hell of a wrestler. Super Astro, we seen him lately. We don't know a lot about him, but I'm telling you, he's got the same genes his father has, and he is incredible.
I wrestled Super Astro like maybe a month ago. So, because I actually asked for that match because he was hopping around here and there. I was like, oh, I want to see if I still can do my lucha libre, and it was like amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's so good. He's so good.
And it's funny because you mentioned it a while ago, having chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a kid that that he learned all his life just lucha libre, and coming over here and adapting to wrestling, and adapting to wrestlers like you, where you guys go out there, you kill it, you have a great match, and you feel it, and after a match you're feeling great, you're feeling good because you guys had an awesome match, and and not only you feel good, but the crowd loved it, and that's something that that really feels good, that you have that chemistry, and like I said, and this is a kid that was just he was just 100% lucha, and to come over here and to have a great match like that, wow, that says a lot.
Yeah, he's so good though.
And when he asked me, I said that he was going to be in a match with you and Vito and Ty, and part of it was Hammerstone and Kids. He was like, dude, I just worked I just worked Shay. I want a match too. So he was hyped about that with you. And what can I say? I really want to see. Hammerstone had his eye on Vito for the title, but I want to see fucking the stare down between Latino Meat and Hammerstone. There's going to be a pose down, so it's going to be out.
It's going to be a battle of the Titans. I'll tell you that much right now. Hey, Bandido, I don't know if you could bring this up, but can you show these comments from Veronica Camarena? Veronica Camarena is somebody that knows a lot about wrestling. She goes to all the events, she tapes the events, and she's got some great things to say about Che Cabrera. Check it out.
All right. Let's start from the top. She said the first one was the first time she saw you was at AWS in 2018.
Exactly right.
We have Felipe Pelayo. Saludos, Bandido. ¿Qué hubo, mi Superboy? Saludos al gran Che Cabrera.
Felipe Pelayo, saludos.
Saludos.
It'll be great to see Che at NTL. Yes, it would. I'm really excited about this, and I have another thing planned. I'll let you guys know right now. And then she said, "I versus Sugar was an awesome match." So the other day, there's another fan like Veronica that goes to almost every show. I forgot her name, but she
aside from
you and your partner.
Yes,
dude, Superboy. She's really cute, and I took her on stage and made her dance in Oxnard. Superboy, you te la perdiste. But she uploaded a reel. She uploaded a reel of Che and his partner Tito, and I was like, people at the benefit show, like, hey, you got to bring in Che and Tito. I think they'll be good as your tag champions. I got like 3 people telling me that, and I was like, what? We'll see, because I'm thinking about fucking 2 big guys, Hammerstone and Che, right? Then I saw the reel, and out of it, I posted it like, hey, versus the tag champs, Sin Límite, yes or no, on my story, and I got so many hits. It was all yes. Yeah, people want to see these guys against the Sin Límite, so we're working on that. Probably, hopefully, for February, we'll get that match together. But people are really requesting you at home at NTL, and they want to see you guys against our champs. And I was like, that's pretty cool. I see 2 big guys with 2 small guys.
Are they tiny?
They're tiny, but they got rotes. So they're really stiff, and not only that, they're great guys, and they are tag champions. And Sin Límite, he's one of the original alley fuckers. So there you go, just to get an idea.
Oh, okay.
You got Charlie. Charlie Baltimore says Che is the man.
That's right.
Buenas noches.
Juan Sanchez, our referee.
But yeah, no, I've been getting a lot of requests for Che to come in, and then for your partner Tito, and it's just kind of unfortunate because I would love to have him come in on this show, but we were already planning something else. But I'm thinking of hopefully February that our first show will be January, will be an all women's show, and February will be the first traditional show of the year. So I think it'll be great to see these two guys versus the Slimite brothers. What do you think, Superboy?
No, yeah, definitely. We can't wait for this event. It will be taking. When is it going to be? December 18th.
December 18th, Sunday, December 18th. It is an early show. Doors open at 1 p.m. and the first match 2 p.m. We're doing it a little bit early because we have something else planned, a little surprise for the guys. But it is an early show, so you show up early. And like I said, we were just talking about this. To get in is a $10 toy minimum. So you take a toy and you can get in. Now we open it up because of the fans. If you want reserve seating, there will be seating, but it's first come, first serve. Reserve seating is just $10 extra to reserve your seat, and we will put make sure you get the seat you want. Last year we had more standing than sitting in the crowd. Show last year was a good show, and we packed the place Superboy. And this card is 3 times better than the cards from last year, so it's going to be really, really packed. So people want reserved seats. I got 3 messages that people that they want the front row, and they already told me what seat they want.
But after mentioning the main event, after mentioning the main event for the 18, dude, now you have to reserve your seat because it's gonna get jam packed. I'm telling you. So just the main event, just the way you said it, hey, I'm just a little bit of advice. Call in, reserve your seat because you don't want to see it from the back. You want to see it first row, front and center. So guys, come on, reserve your seat. You could just send a message, inbox Bandido, or just we'll have the information later on, right?
Yeah, we'll just send me a message and we'll get it squared away. And then Superboy, I'm thinking, because a lot of people are asking me about Superboy, so I'm thinking that we might put a couple of shirts next to you.
A what?
We might have a special VIP section right next to you on stage. So
that sounds awesome.
We're working details.
That sounds awesome, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think you when you work with our crowd, and this is not me saying it or talking out of my ass, but when you work with our crowd, you're not gonna want to work it nowhere else. Ask Superboy.
That is true.
For some reason, our crowd is so electrified, and we have guys like Hammerstone actually donate his time to come in for the show. We got guys like TJ Perkins that tells the same thing, dude. Whenever I'm not in Japan and I'm here, I'm booked at your show. Like, no, you're not. I'm booked. We got these guys because they love the crowd so good out here with us, and our venue is an awesome venue. It's just you can't go wrong with our shows, and that's not me just saying that because it's my show, but it's the fans say it. Superboy, the person that's been all over the world, also is saying it. So once you get there, you'll be like, "Fuck, this is my home."
Let me tell you something, Che. You're gonna love the venue. Not only are you gonna love the venue, you're gonna love the people that go to these events because they make you feel right at home. I'm telling you, Hammerstone just fell at home. He fell in love with NTLL, and he's willing to come back anytime. TJ Perkins, he just mentioned it, and I'm pretty sure you're going to be another house commodity pretty soon. You're going to love it. And, one thing that NTLL has, and I'll back it up anytime, is that they treat our wrestlers with respect, the way they want to be treated. and that's something that all the wrestlers that have gone to NTLO have they said it, that we love the respect that NTLO gives us, and I think that's very important to keep you guys happy. You guys go out there, you guys perform, and you come back and you guys are you have that feeling. you know um every time when I used to wrestle and I went to a venue like that, it just made me go far beyond more than what I could achieve. I wanted to do everything. Why? Because they make you feel special.
Of
They make
course,
you feel
yeah.
at home. Not only the promoter, but the crowd. And at the end of the day, you get paid what you want, what you ask for, and then the venue is perfect. And like NTLL's always been, you know, uh, very adamant at being having a lot of respect for the wrestlers and showing them a good time. And like I said, the crowd, it's great, it's wonderful. You're really gonna love NTLL, and you are gonna want to come back. So in I'm saying this because I seen it in since I've been going with TNLL, and I'll back it up, and I put my hands on fire for NTLL because they have that credibility and that love for the wrestlers. And I think I've always told I always tell Bandido, treat your wrestlers right. You got to make house names. Uh, all these other companies, they're so eager to bring names from here, from there. But first, to be a good company, you gotta first make names, and treat your locals the way they're supposed to be treated. And
Yeah.
I hope that you see this in NTLL and you want to come back. So I'm telling you this, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna love it. Like I said, Hammerstone just loved it. He loved the way that he was treated. TJ Perkins, Bandido just mentioned it. Dude, when I'm off Japan, it's TNL.
Yeah.
So
Not
TNL.
only that, too, I have a quick spoiler. People that want to come back to us, January 21st will be the Noche de la Victoria 2, where we all women show. One of the person that reached out right away and said that she wants to come back is your favorite, Jasmine Alier. So Jasmine Alier will be back January 21st, and we got another big surprise for that event. So things we're gonna start off the year right, and like we mentioned, next year we will be running a monthly show here in Palmdale, plus different other avenues that we have opening up to us. So next year you'll be seeing a lot of NTLL, and you'll be seeing that we'll be really busy. And I just hope that Shed likes working for us, and he wants to be part of the train, and we'll have some fun, man. Next year we'll
No,
see.
yeah, of course. I mean, when you reached out for Nasty Show, I figured that was my way in, with you obviously, and just I've known Chris Nasty for not that long, just because he's still kind of new, and he would train with Santino's and all that, so I would see him here and there at Santino show, but I took a liking to him right away just because I follow him on Instagram, and I would see just how all his weekends he was always on the road, and that reminded me of how I started was get out there, go out there, get out there, get your
Exactly.
name out there, and it's unfortunate what happened to him because as he was still climbing, a little speed bump, but I told him, hey man, don't let that shit get you down because injuries are part of the game, and it's always how you come back from that. Because believe me, I get hurt a lot. I've been hurt before, and I sometimes let it get me going down a little bit, where I'm just kind of just start enjoying junk food or whatever like that. Maybe take the week off. That first week, enjoy, but then get back on it. You know what I mean? Or else that 1 week is going to turn to 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You're a month down already of just eating shit, and you look in the mirror and then you get more depressed. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I told him, don't let it get the best of you. Just use this and just fucking come back even better.
Right.
Yeah, and let me tell you one thing, Che, and this is something I loved about NTLL that as soon as NTLL found out that that Chris Nasty was hurt, he said he stepped in. He said he didn't think about it twice. We're gonna do a fundraiser for him. We're gonna do it in LA so it could it could be easier for everybody because everybody's off of LA. So we'll do it down there, and that's a big incentive, man. That really keeps you motivated. And like you said, you get hurt, you get this, and you get that, and you just go downhill. I know it by experience, and do it to somebody just out of the blue. Say, you know what, we got your back. And like I said, this is another thing that I loved about NTLL. That as soon as they found out, said, you know what, yeah, we got to do something for this kid, and just simple, just let him know that he's not alone, and that everybody backs him up. And
Exactly.
I know a lot of guys called and said, you know what, book me, I'm in, and just showing that for fraternally love, that brotherly love, that that Lucha family that we all belong to, and that's awesome. And like I said, and that's why I back up NTLL, and I stand 100%, because I didn't see anybody else do it. Even the company he got hurt for, they didn't show up.
Yeah.
I didn't see them coming up or saying anything. How can I help? Which NTLL does not need any help because they have everything. And but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I don't want to sound like an asshole or anything, but yeah, NTLL step into the plate. And Chris Nasty is an upcomer. He's you said it right now. I've seen him in booked here, booked there, working here, working there, paying his dues. And just when he's about to start climbing up that ladder, something happens. But hey, guys like you motivate us, motivate people. Don't give up, stay in the game, and just keep at it. And that's the way we got to do it, because I only wish when I got hurt, somebody would, just call me and say, you know what, everything's going to be okay. This is going to pass.
Yeah.
This is going to pass. Everything that we do in life will pass, good or bad. So we got to make the best of it when it's there.
And what sucked was he had just won our brand new Gladiator title. And when I talked to him, he was like, "So I'll show up and turn the title in." I'm like, "Why? You're the champ. We could work around it." And I don't believe in stripping. So if someone got hurt, I don't believe in stripping them for a title. I believe that you could, if you're a smart promoter, you can make stuff work any way you want. And we're using a pinch hitter for him. Mariachi Loco stepped up and he's pinch hitting for Chris Nasty. And just as long as Mariachi doesn't get crazy on one and decides to lose the bout for him, but other than that, it is what it is. And you can't change the course, or you can't punish someone, because I think that's like a punishment when you take a title away from someone. An injury is an injury, and we love Chris Nasty, and that's what we think about in our shows. When you work with us, you're part of the NTLL family, and we look out for each other. And that's the key part of how I run the company. I really run it really traditional. It's traditional. It has to be. Harrison said best. We're the best hybrid lucha libre pro wrestling company, and the reason we're like that, I'll be honest with you. One thing I see a lot of guys when they make it to WWE and they're wrestlers, if they're luchadores and they never wrestled, they don't make it. They're in there a couple of days and they get rid of them. So in NTL, I'm forcing luchadores to wrestle, and I'm forcing wrestlers to do lucha. So I want all of our talent to be able to do both styles, no problem. And that's what's worked out really good for us. And a lot of guys that have left our company and went to bigger companies, they succeeded because of that. We give them that base, or the opportunity to work a lucha guy, or a lucha guy work a wrestling guy. And it's really, a lot of people don't want the mix is not good. If the mix is not good, it's not because of the mix, it's because of the two workers. So you got from an order. And I learned that from Superboy. Superboy and I will spend hours, even before the show, we'll spend hours talking. And we talk about talent. And one thing is when people say, "Oh yeah, I called Superboy and to get booked," and Superboy doesn't. If you're not booked and you talk to Superboy, because he didn't tell me. But another thing, I take everyone's advice. And people say it can be criticism, it can be everything, but I take it as advice. And that's what keeps us running. I started NTL in 1999. And to the date we haven't had any big issues. We haven't had anything, knock on wood. And the reason is because you guys show respect, and I make sure my locker room, everyone respects each other in the locker room, and I make sure I've never had an issue in the locker room. And that's the biggest key part of everything. It's not just producing a show, but you want to produce a backstage that's a great atmosphere for everyone. And that's the key part. And I appreciate everyone that works with us. Superboy, he's out in the front and the back. And my champ Vito, he stepped up and took the role of helping me run the back, how it should be. The main guys, the main guys are help you run. And we have a really strong team, and I think Chase will fall in perfectly into our team, and I have great vision and plans for him. And this is just the beginning. December 18th, man. Although I have about 5 women send me messages. Che, Hammerstone, pose down, intermission.
Yeah, hell no. Hell no.
So I don't know what that means, but yeah, they see that these 2 big guys. I'm gonna have to tell Harrison to kick off the Twinkies from here to December because
fucking eat more, man.
Chad's gutting for him, but then we have this other guy that wants to weasel his way to the match, Superboy, and that's Romeo. He wants to work the big guys. He wants to be in that pose down with Che and Hammerstone.
Well, he's gonna have to work harder than that. And let me tell you one thing, Che. I'm just glad to be part of NTLL, and Bandido just mentioned that he started back in '99, and I remember working his main event. Back in 1999, it was Bobby Bradley, Misteriosos Senior, and myself versus who was it, Piloto?
I know. Actually, it was Kiss Senior. I think it was you and Kiss Senior versus Misterioso. And,
no, it wasn't. No, Kiss Junior. Kiss Junior was still wrestling back then.
Senior.
99.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Kiss Senior and you versus Misterioso and Bobby Bradley. And it's funny because I started in a parking lot in Pacoima, California. And the funny part, Superboy, that this last Sunday, I went to pick up some food, and the owner of that mechanic shop walked in. I hadn't seen him in years. And I looked at him, I go, Luna? He's like, yeah. And I was telling who was with me that, he has to come to this show because, dude, he has to see how much we've evolved. I would hang up a spotlight from the wall to the mechanic building. And we do the show right as soon as he closed up shop. We set up the ring, put a tarp up, and then the mechanic. But that was the beginning. That was the beginning. And I will be honest with you, it was a parking lot, but in my head it was a sports arena. And I treated that.
No, and it was fun because while you watch the show, you get an oil change.
Exactly. And I remember those shows. Dude, at that point, and being in that parking lot, we sold out. Superboy, I don't know if you remember. We had a sellout crowd, and this was on Van Nuys Boulevard and San Fernando Road, and to the day I still look back and I laugh. I'm like, I can't believe.
Hey, well, you got to start somewhere. And we know we're not looking at where you started. We're looking at where you're at right now, and all the respect you have from all of the wrestlers. And like I said, I'm just really happy to be part of NTLL, and just see, every event that we have, it just keeps getting better and better and better. Not only that, but like I said before, all the wrestlers are coming out happy, and I think I think that's a key. If you treat your wrestlers, good, they'll go out and perform great, and just keep that vibe. And I think that's what's keeping that's what makes it, until different from other companies, because they take the time, they'll sit down with you and just see where you're at, where you're going, and just try to be part of, of what you're trying to do. And I think that's great, and I'll say it again, TJ Perkins said it, Hammerstone, Vito loves coming to NTLL. He's our champ. Viva Vaughn. We have pretty big names out there that they're making more of a name, and they're just we have a lot of respect for them. And like I said, Latino Meat, I've been following your career, dude, and you are awesome, and you just you'll fit right in. I know you will. People are gonna love you because, dude, we seen guys. I never seen Hammerstone before till I seen him in NTLL, and dude, he just blew me away. And not only that, the acceptance he got with the crowd, even though he lost the match, it was like he won. People were cheering for him, and he just has that vibe, that attitude. On the last when on the cage match, he intervened in the match, and people were still rooting for him. He's got that charisma, he's got that chispa, and that's something you have. You have that spark, that spark that, and like I said, I seen it with the ladies, and I see it with the guys, and they get pissed off, and you know how to trigger that, and that's something very important that not a lot of wrestlers have. But like I said, you'll fit great with NTLL, and I'm happy and eager to see you on this main event on December the 18th for that toy drive. So yeah, and like I said, just mentioning the main event just alone, that's enough for me to reserve my seat, and it's only $10, dude. You can't beat that. You cannot beat that. So man, I'll be there front and center, and not only am I going to be announcing, but I love, sometimes I stay quiet because I'm enjoying the match,
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, what was that move called? Oh, and that was.
You had the cell phone. We had this is how at our shows, for some reason, the crowd don't care if you're heel or face. They cheer for everyone. Everyone does something, they applaud it. And it was funny because all of a sudden the crowd stayed quiet, right? And I was like, what happened? And this whole section was turning around looking at Superboy. And then one guy said, get off your phone. What just happened?
What was that move?
And
it's fun because sometimes I'll just kind of narrate the match, what's going on, what's happening, what they're doing. And I don't try to do a lot of it, just a little bit, just, when it counts. And people like that. So it's important, for me to, be at the right place at the right time. And it was funny because I had a text message. So I get my phone and I stopped talking and I'm trying to answer this text message, and guys are looking back. Hey, what was that move called? So yeah, it's fun. And it's like I said, even being the announcer, now I have like a section of fans. He goes, oh, we came and see you. I go, oh, okay. Oh, wow. So that makes me feel good. That makes, it makes me know that I'm doing a good job. So that's good enough for me, and like I said, NTLO is a place to be. And I can't wait to see you December 18th, brother. We'll definitely have a great time, a blast. And like I said, reserve your seats. It's only $10. Bandido.
The beer. So get a couple beers in Superboy, and it's all party from there, man. But I want to say thank you, bro. Honestly, I really appreciate you coming out to the Chris Nasty Benefit Show, and I appreciate you helping us out with this one. And honestly, I have a big things in mind for you, because I think you're going to be a big asset for us, and I appreciate you coming out today. And people are happy, but they are asking me, what's up with Latino meat?
What do you mean?
Why do you call yourself Latino meat?
Well, I mean, it originally came from a friend of mine who mentioned something. His name is Yuma, Andrew Yuma, sorry, John Yuma. He brought it up somehow. Oh, something about Latino meat, but obviously he couldn't really pull it off. So I was like, I think I'm gonna take that, or I'm gonna use that, or I had it in the back of my head, and I figured, just like, hey, I can call myself meaty, and I happen to be Latino, so why not, instead of Latino heat, Latino meat,
Yeah, and it helps that you always you have a concealed banana somewhere always. Well, that's what I heard the ladies were saying. Oh my God.
No, okay. Here's something that happened really funny at the benefit show. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna upload as a reel. So Latino meat walks out and shakes his boobies at Rosie. You know Rosie, the lady that goes with the drum, right? And she tries to cop a field, he slaps her.
I ain't gonna give it to her that easy,
But then Superboy. But then the guy next to her goes up and he grabs his boobie and he's cool with it. So people want to know what's up with that.
Hey, whatever.
Dude, I seen men putting money down his drawers, dude. Men and women just going up and just putting money in there. Is that a banana?
It's a plátano.
El plátano.
Okay, Chad. So once again, well, make sure everyone can come out December 18th.
Yes,
main event. It will be Shea Vito Fratelli and Tyree versus Kiss Jr., who is making his return to NTL in a very, very long time. Super Astro Jr. and the one and only Hammerstone. Dude, that's going to be a match that honestly I can't wait to see. I don't even know who'll be the fan favorite on that one, Superboy.
Well, we'll definitely see you December 18. And dude, I just, I learned so much about you today. And like I said, just going back to AWS, seeing you for the first time. And I was saying, wow, this guy is really good. And I remember talking to the LA Fuckers. I told him, hey, who's this guy? Che Cabrera. I go, I first of all, I love the name. And second, you had a great performance out there, and you just really look good, and it was just impressing, muy interesante, muy impresionante. So yeah, congratulations, man. And I've been following you ever since. There's a lot of guys that I follow, like I've been following lately, Chris Nasty, Vito Fratelli. I remember day one I seen him, I told, dude, what are you doing in the first matches? Dude, you have a lot of talent. You should be out. And look, he kind of listened to me, and he started going here, going there. And look where he at right now. And he's really talented. There's a lot of talent in SoCal, man. I'm happy. I'm glad NTL is doing something about that he's really pushing all of these local talents. And that's what it's all about. For me, it's pushing the local talent, because, I seen a lot of companies that, that they're so eager to bring a lot of names from outside, and then, and then giving some of the locals a little push. But at the end of the day, the locals are the ones that stay here. And if you do not give them any credibility, that's going to go out the door, because I seen guys bring people from Mexico just wrestling guys from Mexico and just continuing a feud they had in Mexico. I don't think that's the right thing to do. You want to start a new feud. You want to get your local talents involved and just and just give it a swirl. Really quick, Michinoku Pro. That's what they did. They pushed their locals. They pushed them. Next thing you know, they're in ECW. They're in WWE. Taka Michinoku, Funaki, Dick Togo, Mensteo, Jinsei Shinsaki, and the list goes on, and again, a company that believed in their locals and they pushed them all the way to the top.
And Veronica says, now I know whose shirt I'm wearing for that day. NTL shirt, of course. But Che, I just want to say thank you, bro. Are you at work? What do you do other than wrestling, Che?
Janitorial company, family business.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were like a chiropractor or something with the bones in the back.
No, this is just Halloween decoration that I never take down.
I was thinking the same thing. Maybe I should go for him to crack my bones or something.
A chiropractor? No, I'm in my kitchen. I'm not in an office.
Me and Super Boy try to get a free massage or some shit.
Just the massage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a happy ending, please. But hey, you can give Bandido the banana.
No. Hey, Super Boy is the one that wants the happy ending, so.
I know you want it, Bandido.
Super
you know who to give it to.
And he already has the compadre Platanito, so I think he'll fall right into place with Superboy.
Maybe you're related to Platanito.
Are you related to Platanito?
No, is he Mexican?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
You know him, right? Do you know him?
Yeah, Platanito, the ref.
The ref, yeah.
Yes.
Che, are you from Argentina?
Guatemala.
Okay, same difference.
No.
Big difference.
Okay, hey, one guy that just came back is our buddy Red. And Rojo, te recomiendo al Che para que te lo lleves para Oxnard. He started RMW, and it's it started out to be really fed out there in Oxnard, Santa Barbara, and I'm really pushing for him to take you up there with him. I think
wasn't he there at Nasty Show?
Yeah.
He was there, right? Yeah. I think I met him.
Hey, and I want to make something clear right here. Red Spider is saying saludos only for Che, all right? So I don't know what's going on right there, but he's sending you saludos.
Okay.
Maybe he wants the banana too.
Oye, Superboy, entonces Red Spider se va a la Che.
Que se vaya la Che. With a T on the end.
Che, so I just want to say thank you for giving us a little bit of time and a little insight on Latino meat, and we will see you December 18th. Have a great night.
Thank you for having me, guys. Love you guys. Thank you so much for having me. I'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, Mr. Platanito. I mean, Mr. Che.
Platanote.
Hey, apuntando, Platanote.
There we go.
All right, guys. Really great talking to you, and really awesome knowing a little bit more about you. So, you know what? That's what we make this program, Hablando de Lucha Libre, with our favorite wrestlers. So, hey, man, congrats, and I'll be seeing you, definitely.
Definitely seeing you. Thank you, guys.
Querido Bandido, muchísimas gracias.
All right, man. Have a good night, Shane. I'll see you December 18th.
Yes, sir.